Emotional intuition is also empathy. It's when you're an empath. It's when you're able to pick up emotions, not just from other people, but even from the space that you walk into. Now, how this works is that the solar plexus frisks for emotional information from the room or people around you, and it brings that information into the sacral chakra, and the sacral chakra takes that information into the gut brain, which is known as a gut instinct, and that gives us a feeling of whether or not we are safe in the world. Some people have very overactive solar plexuses if they don't feel that they are safe in the world or that they can trust themselves to make really good decisions. So then what happens is the solar plexus is frisking like a maniac. All people, all situations, looking for danger that it can bring back into the physical body. And this is why it's called a gut instinct, because this form of intuition really hasn't changed or developed or adapted since we were trying to protect ourselves from saber-toothed tigers and who was safe in the cave or from the neighbouring tribe. So nowadays we tend to think, oh, that person has negative energy or this person has negative energy, and that tends to be what we're looking for. So let me tell you something that I believe, and not many people believe it in the same way that I do, so this may come across to you as a little bit controversial. But people talk about negative people. Oh, I can't stand negative people. I need to keep away from that negative person. That person's so negative. What, so you're being negative about the negative person? So that's really helpful because that's twice the negativity that is actually needed in any situation. And fire just makes one great big huge bonfire. You know, we need to call the fire brigade. In actual fact, the thing that we really need to do is become curious about the people that we don't like. That way, our heart opens and we become more connected in a different way. We're able to read them and say, aha. I don't like them because of some psychological reason in me that they're reflecting back to me. I don't like them because of something about them that reminds me of something in my past. I don't like them because they're scared. And they're throwing that fear about me because they're actually really scared of me, and that's what I'm picking up on. And maybe by being a nice person to them, I can actually allay that fear and make them feel safe in the world. So when people talk about energy and I'm picking up this person's negative energy, we are kind of like sponges. If you were to have apple pips dried out, you know, say maybe 2 or 3 days outside of the apple, put those on a white piece of paper, cut open a fresh apple, put the apple pips of the fresh apple about 1 inch away from the drying apple pips on white paper. Relax your eyes, stare at the apple pips, and you'll see a remarkable thing happens. What starts to happen is that energy from the fresh apple pips starts moving over towards the drying out apple pips. I believe that everything living is biologically designed to give energy to something that is lacking in energy, like trying to keep the species alive. So when you go and see somebody in hospital or someone who's like miserable or someone who we see as being, oh, I was talking to that person, they're so exhausting, it's your choice. It's you that's been giving them energy, and by you giving them energy, they're not some energetic vampire sucking you dry, I am sucking this energy. You're choosing to give them energy. You can just stop. You can just decide that you don't want to give your energy. But then you can also decide that energy is abundant, and that you are bringing in energy from the world around you, or you can even get a bit new age and call it cosmic love. You can do what you like, but you are bringing in energy, and that you are a channel for wonderfulness, and that you are a channel for energy. And that way, when we get onto the tube or public transport, we're like, hey, I have to sit like this because there's all of these negative people about, and you're becoming twice as negative as the negative people. You can actually expand your heart and say, do you know what? I'm going to transform the carriage. I'm going to transform the bus. I'm going to transform my work. And you just send out your natural resonance of love. It certainly makes the world a much better place. So just try it. There's your tip. Try sending out love into a space that you're finding to be negative. Instead of closing down, just laugh and open up. And it certainly makes the world a cheerier place to be in.